Hey everybody, it's Brandon, the Weekend Cruiser, and I am here on a 7-night cruise on MSC's newest ship, the World America, and I'm super excited to bring this ship to you. It has had my attention for quite some time, and I love seeing how MSC does this. Now, first of all, she's a big ship. She's coming in at around 216,000 gross tons with about 6,700 guests on board. Now, this walking tour, we're going to start on deck 6, and we're going to work our way all the way up. I'll let you know in the video where we're going, but once I start talking, we are going to continue talking and walking, giving you all the pro tips, everything you want to know about MSC's World America. So let's get on into it. So welcome to the MSC World America. I wanted to show you a quick full scale of what the ship looks like and how we're going to proceed today. So we're going to start here. We're at the Business Center on the forward section of the ship. See, it's got a little snub nose up here, a little bit different than others. We're going to walk all the way back, and then we're going to come back to the front, start in the World Theater, go all the way to the aft, and we're going to repeat that all the way up to deck 20. So without further ado, let's get into it. So we are again on deck 6 now, and this is the Business Center here. It is closed off at the moment. There are 3 different conference rooms in there, if that's something that's going to interest you. But the biggest, most interesting thing on this ship, I think, is this telephone booth. So this is a telephone booth on the surface, right? But there is a door on the other side of it, and this is the entrance to the secret speakeasy. So it is a great time in there. You have to make friends with some of the folks that are on the ship that work here to get a token to give you admittance to the speakeasy. Drink packages do not work in there. Drinks can start by $25. They do a show, but it is a really good time. Over here, you're gonna have Luna Park. So I'll swing back here. This is a multi-purpose center. So it's an arcade on the front, but then you walk back here and you see that they have a multi-purpose event space. This is the VR experience that they're currently doing. So you see all these people with their headsets and controllers on having a good time, but you're gonna find all sorts of parties in here. They're gonna do all sorts of events. Genesis World Records was going on, the Glow Party was here. There was a lot of different things that was happening there. The arcade continues over here, and then you've got the Burgers restaurant. This is a really, really cool space. So over here on the right, you can have nachos, burgers, desserts. You're gonna have all sorts of different kind of food. The coffee machines here, some of you may be seeing these from other cruise ships. They only do Americanos. They do not do any other specialty type of drinks. And then you're gonna have MSC's, I'd say, famous pizza over here on the right. I have certainly enjoyed that. So let me stop and show you a full picture of the ceiling here. So MSC does a really good job with a lot of mirrors, stainless steel, shiny objects. And they've got all those really neat LED screens up top that they have sharks on it right now, but there were whales on it yesterday, so they changed it up a little bit. You've got your future cruise desk over here as well, so if you are looking at booking a cruise, before you get off, I think you should always have a cruise to look forward to. You will get an onboard credit for booking it on here, and a lot of the deposits with MSC are refundable. So if you can't go 3 months out, just cancel it and you'll be good to go. So you've got Jean Philippe, and I believe that's probably Italian, so I'm probably saying it wrong, but it is going to be the gelato on board the ship, and it is always had very popular. It has a line. Here's some of the prices up here that you can see, and they've got all sorts of chocolates back here that you can buy as well. They are hand making a lot of this, and so if you are somebody who is a chocolate fan, this is going to be a huge win for you. You've got the boutique, which actually has some really nice higher end stuff. I have enjoyed walking through there, and what would you be without a duty-free style shop? And you've got the shopping gallery over here, which is extremely well lit. Walking back down a little bit further, you'll see that they do have multiple staircases through here that you can go up to the different floors, and we're going to explore each one of those individually. Over here on the left, you have your international desk. I've not really seen this used much, but if you are speaking a language, maybe reading the transcript down below, you will see that they'll have times for certain languages to be there to be able to assist and help you. You've got your guest services kind of tucked away back here, but I actually like the spot that they get it away from the main area. And then you've got your excursions desk over here. So if you wanted to book an excursion, that's where you're gonna go. Coming across the hall to Dolce Vita. They are doing a seminar. They do a lot of activities in here. But this is where you're going to come to get coffee in the morning if you have a normal package or you just want to get your own. They will be open early and go throughout the day. Whoop! They're saying hello to us. All right, continuing on. I'll also point out while I'm down here, you've got multiple payment machines. So with MSC, it is crucial that you register a card before you get off. If you don't want to register a card, find a machine that looks like this, and it will take your cash. It'll take your money and allow you to smoothly get off the ship when that time comes. So this entire space is called the World Galleria. That is the middle space there. You know, the naming convention, so it's a little bit similar to an Oasis class ship with Royal. So Royal Caribbean started with Oasis framework. This is a framework of an Oasis ship, but you can't tell it by walking around and looking at it. You can't even begin to compare the two, I don't think. So here are the main dining rooms, or some of the main dining restrooms, some of the main restaurants that you're going to eat at for the World America. And they've got it broken up into a couple of different ones. And I think that that's actually really nice because it's going to allow you to have a more intimate environment. The rooms are still large, but by breaking it up, you don't get some of the crazy energy and vibes that are gonna come with having one large dining room. So I've actually appreciated that they have done that. Coming back here to the back, you can have your very last one. So this is Bubbles. So there are 3 different restaurants in here. And here's some of those smaller spaces that I was just talking about. But if you come back here, this is gonna be more of the classic style with MSC that you may be accustomed to. And let's see if the door will open for us. It does. So here is, I'd say this is the main dining room. They've got a couple of different ones. It'll depend on the package that you book on which one you're going to be assigned to. But they are all a good shape. Tables close together, as they are on most cruise ships, with windows. But it is a good spot, and it only goes around the corner, so it is not too terribly large. All right, so let's head back up. We're on deck 6 now, the very aft section of the ship. I'm going to pause the camera, and we're going to pop back out on deck 7 at the forward section of the ship again. So be right back. All right, so we are now here on deck 7, all the way forward, and this is where your World Theater is going to be. This is the main place where they're going to host a lot of different events, the shows, the big production shows. They're all going to be done here in the World Theater. So I just walked in there. They are setting up for a show right now. So I'm not going to get a chance to show that to you. I may come back in later and show you some B-roll on top of it. But the key elements to the theater, make sure you are sitting towards the center. Because if you're on the outsides, it's a huge room. It's very wide. There are not 2 floors like you're used to on other cruise lines. It is just 1 level, and you want to make sure you try to sit in the center. They're also going to have some times where the dancers are going to be coming out and dancing on the chairs. They turn some of the tops of the chairs into seats, and so you want to make sure, not seats, but into stages, and you just want to make sure that you are not sitting close to one of those, because then you are in the person's face who is dancing, and it's just too close for comfort. So you want to make sure you spread out a wee little bit. Coming back into the World Galleria, walking towards the aft section of the ship, you have the gentleman's barbershop. I always like it, as somebody who, you all know, gets their hair cut often on cruise ships, that they have a place just for a barbershop and you don't feel like you have to go to the spa. It just makes it feel like a better experience. You're also going to have Masters of the Sea, which is a gin bar. So they're going to have all sorts of different kind of gin. We'll pop in there in just 1 second. But swinging over to the other side, what would a cruise ship be without Time Valley? So they sell time pieces over there, or watches. And I think it's Valley, V-A-L-E is how it's spelled. But let's pop on into Masters of the Sea here. You'll see that this is a good sized room. They do live music here. You've got the brewery behind you, so they do make some of their own beer here. But you'll see the taps over on the left here at the bar, and it is a good sized space. This place does get fairly loud, I will say. You also will go upstairs, or have the option to go upstairs. We're going to circle up there in a second, so I'll show you that, but more to come. But that is one of the places where, if you are a live music person, Masters of Seas is going to be the place that you want to go to get those acoustic instruments and guitarists that are going to be playing. You also see one of the other payment systems. So you can register your credit card on the app. I will say the app is not a great app at the end of the day, but you do have a place here where you can touch and set up your credit card as well. Coming back over here, I just want to show you again another view of the World Galleria. They've done a really good job here with giving you different kind of views and angles. We can see that well up above that I was talking about earlier. The lighting in here, you know, when I first got in here, I thought it was a little dark, but it has certainly grown on me, and it is really light right now. I am enjoying it. On the other side, you're gonna see you have Butcher's Cut. That is one of the specialty restaurants, the steakhouse. I would recommend not sitting outside for that. If you're doing a special event like that, go into the actual restaurant. They may want to sit you out here, but I just find that it's not a great fit. Luckily for here, it is not part of a walkway, so you're not gonna be really getting a lot of people going by, but I just think it's a better experience to be on the inside. Flipping back around, you've got Hola Tacos and Cantina. This is where you can come for your margarita needs. But more importantly, it is a specialty restaurant, so you gotta pay extra for here, but you'll see that the prices are reasonable here. So if you want a specialty restaurant, actually they don't have prices listed on here, it's not that expensive. You want a specialty restaurant for not that much money, you can come in here and enjoy Hola Tacos and Cantina. I think that's always a good idea, and it's been pretty good. You just want to come by and pick something up easy. They've got a lot of these little pickup windows where you can come by, just grab something. You can take it outside, you can take it to your room, wherever you want to go for it. Coming back down, on the other side, you're gonna have Keito, I think is how it's pronounced. This is gonna be your sushi restaurant. So you'll see there is sushi out here. Again, you're sitting in the hallway a little bit, so I would just personally try to avoid that. If you're on the other side watching the hallway, I think that that is a much better experience than having your back to it and people walking behind you all the time. There is an interior space as well behind it where you can go and have teppanyaki. Coming back over, you've got the MSC shop. So I do personally love MSC's color scheme that they use. You see they've got blue over there, which is one of my favorite colors, including the MSC foundation. You've got the ship models back there that I collect. You can get a lot of other things in here, and it is a decent price. The Iris Gallery here, and I actually am with some folks. I think I'm with 3 different people that have bought one of these on this trip, but you put your head right in this machine, it'll take a close-up picture of your eye, and then it can make some really cool artwork out of it, especially if you are partnered, if you've got a spouse with you on board. This is a really, really cool experience. The MSC Foundation over here on the right, this one I think goes a little bit unnoticed most of the time, but the MSC Foundation takes care of Ocean Cay MSC Marine Reserve, as well as other places where they're just really helping to conserve the ocean. They've got that beautiful blue or aqua that I enjoy, but the proceeds from this do go to the MSC Foundation when you are shopping in here. So save the whales, save the oceans. I am a huge fan, and I just love the color schemes. So we are now walking towards the aft section of the ship. I want to take a second and pause here at the elevator bank. If you can count quickly how many elevators are in this elevator bank, we've got 10 different ones that you can choose from and select from, and they have worked extremely well. For a cruise ship of this size, there's probably about 6,500 guests on board, but they have worked wonderfully. So you press the number where you want to go, and it's then going to light up the matching letter up above, letting you know where you want to go to. A and F that these people just got into actually have a window out the back, so you can see some of the outside spaces when you go through there, but this system has worked very, very well. Make a quick dash. Actually, I'm gonna turn the camera off. The casino is open right now, so we are not gonna go in there. I'm gonna pop back in on the other side so I don't get in trouble and show you the World Panorama. All right, so I'm now walking out of the casino just on the other side, so I'm still in deck 7 aft, walking to the very back of the ship, and we've got the Panorama Lounge. Before I do that, I will call out that the casino is smoke-free here. There is a smoking casino inside, inside of the casino. There's a walled-off section, glassed-off section that is for smokers. So if you're interested, I know a lot of people have questions on that when they come to a cruise ship. That's going to be your answer for it. We've got a billiards table here, and I believe that these are free. As many times as I've seen people playing on those, I believe that it is a free experience, but don't hold me to that. I've not done it. But the World Panorama is a beautiful, beautiful space. So coming in here, you're gonna see this is where they do a lot more of their, I'll say musically talented songs. They will be able to do acrobats, so we'll be able to do all sorts of different styles of shows. It's a huge stage, and they do a good job of trying to utilize all of it. Seating in here, as you can see, there is not a lot of seating. So please show up early to all the theater shows, first of all, on MSC, especially to this one. My personal favorite, sitting right there in those seats. The reason for that, the others are gonna have that glass wall in front of you, and I don't like looking through the glass or having it where I'm looking half through the glass and half not through the glass. But the downside or the trade-off is when you are sitting that close to the bar. Sometimes the bar people want to have conversations. It's a little bit disjointed, as you see, between the stage and what's over here, and so it might get a little noisy from time to time. But I think that this is probably most of my favorite shows have taken place in here because I just feel the vocals are so good, from Queen Sonic to Cinematic to the headliner was here. It was a really good experience. Worst seats in the house. Let's talk about these. You've got this whole section over here where you can come and sit. If you really just want to get away from everybody, you will not be able to see the stage. But they were kind enough to put a TV up there so you can actually see the performance live. You definitely will hear it, but you will be able to see it on the TV as well. So that is World Panorama. It is probably one of my favorite spots on here. It's just beautiful, it's quiet. If you want to come and read, get some work done when you're in port some days, this is just an awesome space. By the way, I should call out the glass over here. So in the evenings, they will pull down a cover and it makes it an immersive experience because they have a projector going across the entire thing, and it's like a huge LED screen, but it is really, really well done. All right, so let's pause the camera once again, and I'm gonna pop back up on deck 8. All right, welcome to deck 8, all the way in the forward section ship. This is the MSC Aria Spa. So if you come in here, this is where your thermal spa is gonna be. So if you are Diamond, Blue Diamond, Aria, and you have access, this is where you're gonna come to get into the thermal spa, waiting area, your massages. They'll be more than glad to help you out, book an appointment for you, or a massage, facial, whatever it is you need, they're gonna be able to provide it in there. This is a place that I appreciate, is the juice bar. So you'll see that they've got all sorts of different juices, some acai bowls, things of that nature. My favorite's been the morning K. I'll come over here, show you the menu real quick. I've enjoyed the morning K juice and then the very berry down at the bottom with extra protein in it. So lots of good options. Les Dunes here is the My Time Dining restaurant. So if you have a certain package on board or you are Blue Diamond, you will be able to eat whatever time you want. So it is a restaurant again with, I don't know if it's considered indoor outdoor. The outdoor is part of the World Galleria. Again, I personally would not want to sit out here. I think it'd probably just be too hectic. Inside is where I've been sitting, and we have had a wonderful time. Latrice, being the maitre d' in there, is fantastic. So we've had a really good experience. You've got the gin project. So this is the second floor to Masters. So one place that our group has enjoyed coming and sitting is here. So we have enough seats for all of us. We've hung out there. They will make you all sorts of gin, different kind of drinks. So you kind of tell them what it is you want, and they will concoct that for you. So you see you've got the brewer over there, you've got your musicians down below. It can get a little bit loud up here, I'll be honest with you. So that's not always ideal. The other thing that I'm gonna call out for this bar as well as others is that the specialty drinks for the restaurant, so you want like a specialty gin drink of some kind, it may cost, and it very well might, cost more than the premium drink package. So just because you've got the premium drink package does not mean you can drink anything on this ship, unfortunately. You're going to have to pay $1, an extra $2 to make that happen. Though they do have other options, it's tempting when you see so many of them that are there. Coming through here, you've got, this is an actual hallway. The hallways here are a bit narrow. So on deck 8, this is the narrowest of the hallways, and it is big enough for 2 people side by side. That is it. So luckily, I've not found it to be a huge bottleneck at this point, but I've been concerned about that. You also see the schedule for the loft over here. So they've got dueling pianos, they've got comedy, different things like that. And so you can check the schedule there, or you can always go to the MSC app to see what's going on. But the loft is going to be here on the left. Even if you don't have tickets, this is really tough to get tickets to, especially the comedian. They'll have a queue set up out here so you can line up and hopefully be able to make it in. So this is the loft. It's set up where you've got the little cocktail tables here. Coming over to this side though, you see why you might not want to sit over here to see the comedian or who's performing, because all you see are these pillars. They will have it up on the TV for you to watch, but it is not the same experience. I'm gonna quickly walk outside, and we're not gonna do this for all of them, but one of the features that I particularly like about this ship is you've got places to come, sit, hang out outside of the bar. So they'll do some service out here too, but it is a really great place to get away. You see people reading, having a good time, and it is super nice. Hopefully I didn't bother them too bad. I'm not sure if I got any looks there or not, but I'll leave them to it. Coming back out to the World Galleria. Again, deck 8, heading towards the back of the ship now. So you're gonna see Italy over on the other side. So being Diamond or Blue Diamond in their Voyagers Club, the loyalty program here, you do get a specialty restaurant for free, a tasting menu. So I did have the option or the opportunity to go over to Italy. And you know what, it was okay. I wasn't blown away by it. The menu felt a little limited, like there weren't many protein options on there. There were a good number of upcharges. So I wasn't wowed by it. I'd probably go to Paxos, which we'll be seeing here in just a moment. So this is Fizz. This is the champagne bar. This is also a place we've been coming a lot. One thing you notice about MSC World America is the design in a lot of the sections are a little bit more sophisticated, a little bit more contemporary. These seats are also super comfortable. They've got comfy seats throughout. So coming to the back here, you'll see that that outdoor space does continue through here. So if you want to grab a drink and go sit outside, you can certainly do that. The champagne bar does serve champagne. That's one of their main things that they're going to do. An upcharge for a good number of the champagnes. But they also have a few other cocktails. For the mocktails, they have strawberry daiquiri, pina colada, and a mojito, they call it. So it's a mojito without the alcohol. Fine jewelry, again, you just have to have a jewelry store. And MSC has this, I don't know if it's a habit, but they like to put the excursions desk in multiple different places, and I've never really understood why. If it's closer to the meeting points, if you all know why MSC likes to have their excursion desk in 2 different locations instead of just one primary one, let me know down in the comments. I'd be curious to hear that. Back in the elevator bank now, but it looks like the outside is closed. They are doing maintenance over there. So I'll get you as close as I can to walk you through it, and maybe we'll come back later on to show you what's happening, but they are doing some cleaning. All right, we are back at the World Promenade. So it was closed earlier, and so I am now here towards the evening hours. We just had all aboard on Ocean Keep. I wanted to come out here and show you what they have to offer. This is a very sophisticated, nice outdoor kind of section. So they've got multiple things over here that you're gonna be able to experience. The Coffee Emporium will start over here. This is where your premium coffee is gonna come from. So you'll see that they do have a coffee menu here. You do need the premium beverage package in order to get anything in here. So if you are wanting a cappuccino, you're wanting some chocolates, lattes, whatever have you, they will sell that to you for a cost, or if you have a premium package, you will be able to use that as well. Coming back out, you've got even more shopping, the luxury accessories, and you've got Paxos over on the left-hand side. One place that I'll quickly call out is that they do have a hidden bar over here that's sometimes open. So if you need a quick drink, that's a good place to go. But I've heard wonderful things about Paxos. Had some friends that went there. It's about $49 per person, but give it a try. I hear it is fantastic. You can make reservations here with their maitre d', and they've also got a second floor to it as well. So if you are coming here, they have a place that you can sit up there. I've not really seen a lot of people up there, but I think that that will be a neat spot once it does open. And if you just want to come to the window and pick something up, they will sell individual things so you can grab it and go. They've got some seating over here as well where you can enjoy the food. I'll peek in on our chef real quick, see what he's whipping up for us. Afternoon or good evening. On the other side, you're gonna have more jewelry. So if you come on a cruise ship and you are in the market for jewelry, this will be a place you can come to. Omega, very high-end timepieces. I would love to have one, but that is well outside of my budget right now. Coming down here, you've got 2 different elevators, and you're gonna see me talk about these on deck 20 as well. The elevators here, there's one on each side. They are only going to go from deck 8 to deck 20. So that is all that you're going to do. While I'm standing here, I'll also talk about the balconies that are up here. So if you're looking at doing a World Promenade view room or balcony, I will say one of the neat things that you see there's a little bit of angles to it, but the glass to your room door is also tinted on this ship. And so you can't look out your window and just see the next person's room. If the lights are turned on, that may change it a little bit, but I think that it is much darker tinted, so you can't see that. Here is the Promenade Bites. This is a fun place, and it's not open right now, unfortunately, but they have cotton candy, they've got hot dogs, they've got popcorn, that they'll put different kind of seasonings on for you. So it is super neat place. We'll quickly pop into Sweet Temptations as we come towards the back of the ship. This is where everything is going to be, again, a special price But look at these milkshakes. Like, this is the main thing that I want to show you all. They look fantastic. You're gonna have some neat little popsicles over here. And you've got your ice cream, or gelato I should say, over on the right-hand side. If you wanna buy some candy by the pound, they will help you do that here as well. And if you want, this is the one that I wanted to try and I'd never made it over here, was the crepes and waffles. Trying some of those, as I do love a crepe. This is also some quiet section, so you don't see a lot of people over here for the most part, so you can kind of sneak away because not many people tend to hang out here. Coming back out, and I'm gonna give you the view from the middle. This is a cool little place, great for pictures right here. So you've got more seating. We're gonna have a DJ. So the lanai, the aft section of deck 8 here, is kind of a multi-purpose kind of venue. So you'll see different people hanging out, enjoying themselves. They'll do some events over here as well, but you've got comfortable seating out here. On the left-hand side, you've got some good seating. You've got your aft balconies as well, so if you're looking at getting one of those, this is going to be your view. And then coming back over here to the other side, you're gonna have the smoking section of the lanai. So it is a MSC ship, so you're gonna find that there are more smoking sections here than you may traditionally see on other cruise lines. So walking into the All-Star Sports Bar, you're gonna see that they've got lots of seating in here, different games that you can play. That is supercharged shuffle. See if I can swing onto the inside here. You've got darts that you can play. You've got all sorts of games, but you can come and watch your sports channels. This is gonna be your sports bar, it's in the name. So this is where you'll come and be able to hang out here. Plenty of seating. I've never seen it very crowded in here, but there's not been a big game of any kind on just yet. So walking back out to the promenade here, you'll see that they've got, I just want to call out the palm trees if you can see them. The camera will go all that way up. So that is one of your palm trees where you see the lights going, and they will do a 5-minute show of the light display on these palm trees. It is a really pretty place at night. Highly recommend coming and checking it out. And let's shoot back now to, well, this is the jaw drop. This is where when you're on deck 20, you will come all the way down here. If you want to do a very quick run of it, this is the tube that will make it happen for you if you don't want to take the elevator. All right, so let's jump back into a video already in progress. Thanks for bearing with me as I have to take these places when they're open. All right, so we are now on deck 18 forward, and we are walking out to the Botanical Pool. So this is where the start of the outdoor space is. You'll see that they've got hot tubs up here. They've got one on the left, one on the straight ahead, and they've got 2 more on the other side. So this ship is not at a shortage for hot tubs. The chairs in here are also super comfortable, and you'll see that the roof is retractable, though there's really not a lot of airflow in here. This room is nice. I enjoy the chairs, the padding, but it's also going to be a little on the hot and humid side. So it feels a little bit, I mean, this botanical garden, right? It feels a little bit like you are in a greenhouse or you're in the Amazon. Be careful walking through this door, by the way, because if people are coming towards you, they can't necessarily see through the glass here. But you'll have your pool towel exchange over here. They're glad to give you a new towel if you've used yours up. And you'll come out to the main pool bar here. So this is Mar Azul. It's the pool on board. And it is the main pool. This one is open to everyone. You're gonna have seating on the left and the right, but it'll give you a little bit of shade. These cushion chairs here also are first come, first serve. So you don't need to necessarily reserve those. You have a lot of events and activities out here as well. You've got the projector up there, and you've got stairs to deck 19. We're gonna go over there in just a wee little bit as well, but I'm gonna quickly turn, give you a better view of it. My favorite place in here is the stadium seating. So you can go up there, and you also can see that there's hot tubs on the left and the right-hand side of that I think are a little bit hidden, in addition to the extra ones up on deck 19. You'll have a DJ here for a good amount of it as well, and you're gonna have your La Perella bar, so they will be serving you up all your pool drinks, and you've got more gelato that they serve over here for an additional cost. La Boca is also where you're gonna find pizza. The pizza, this one's a little bit different than what you're gonna find in the main buffet, which we're getting ready to go look at. It is a thicker crust. But the other neat thing they do here, and this ship is no shortage of being able to find extra food or snack food throughout the day. You've got some cookies, some brownies. Afternoon, you're gonna have your hot dogs, you're gonna have your fries, and you're gonna have, I guess that's a surprise, there's not a sign on it. Oh, it's beef burgers, I see the sign down below, that they're gonna have for you just to be able to grab and take wherever you want to. Coming inside here, gonna wait for these people to go in front of me. There are hand washing stations around as well. You know, one thing on this ship, there's nobody shaming you, for lack of a better term, to wash your hands. And so you actually don't see that happening very frequently in the public spaces. Doesn't mean that it's not happening somewhere, but I just don't get the sense that it's happening as frequently as I have seen on other cruise ships. So continuing on to the back now, we're here at La Mercato. So this is your main bar on deck 18, or main buffet. You'll also have another one up on deck 19 that we're going to see in a little bit, and it gives them a lot of options on how they can set up the buffet, because if this gets full, they can open up 19, or if it's, you know, a slower day, they can just have the smaller deck 19 open. You're going to have your main bar over here, so you see people grabbing drinks, and they will come through and take your order if you want a drink. Show you some of the food. Today has been super good. So I came up here earlier, and it was really good food. I was quite impressed. It is an Ocean Cay day. So we are on MSC World America again, 6,500 people. You'll see that there's food down here, but it's a little bit tight. The hallway is narrow, so a lot of people are on the island. But the island oftentimes can have really long lines. They apparently have opened the second buffet on the island, so hopefully that's cut that down. But a lot of times it makes more sense to come back to the ship and to eat here. And I can personally tell you the food today was amazing, and I'll point out some of those things. One thing that's neat, just to show you, they have mozzarella on their buffet. And they've got different kinds of meats and just sun-dried tomatoes. It has that Italian Mediterranean feel to it. So here's what we had for lunch today. The ribs there were fantastic. The chili lime grilled tilapia was all right. That wasn't one of my favorite ones. But they have some roasted chicken down here that she is cooking up, lemon pepper chicken. That was amazing. That was my favorite part of the entire day. Now, food is on both sides of the buffet here, and sometimes it's different, so make sure that you are walking around seeing what is available. All right, now we're coming outside to the adults only area. So I'm gonna walk you all the way to the back, show you what's going on here. It's quiet. I don't know if you can tell, but it's more relaxed. I'm even feeling like I need to whisper because I'm walking through here. I've been in other loud sections. But these seats here are first come, first serve. You see they've got the rope around them. But you're gonna have beautiful views of the back of the ship. You've got two different pools up here. I don't think that there's a hot tub out here. You still have to go to the main bar for that. But this will give you a nice little view over here. If you want pictures, highly encourage you to come here. You see the water in Ocean Cay is just absolutely gorgeous today. And I don't know what they're building over here. That's where they took a lot of the sand when they dredged out for World America and moved it over there. You see all the way down here to the World Promenade, which hopefully we'll get a chance to walk back to. But this is the view from the back of the ship. The only way to get to this is to walk through the buffet, as you just saw what I did. So if you do want to come to the adults only section, clearly it's quieter, even more so than the Botanical Garden, where some people may expect it would be quieter. This is going to be your quiet section. And you've got a nice little pool over here. You've got showers. The seats here in the middle are first come, first serve, but they kind of look like you're laying on the floor. I mean, you can kind of sit here and swing around, but I kind of feel like you're on the floor for that. By the way, these cabanas here, I had one of my friends get it, and it was a little over $100 for half a day on a sea day. So I think that that is a great situation. I mean, for a sea day, to know that I've got a reserved seat, I would pay the $100. It is a maximum of 2 people, but I'm confident you can have others swing by. You're also gonna have the Zen bar up here. So quickly show you the Zen bar, what else going on here. This one has been one of the quieter bars. So if you want to quickly grab a drink, I think this is always a good section. And you've got some hidden elevators here. So there is one elevator through there where she's going, and then there is one elevator on the other side. So if you are back in the section wanting a quick escape, those elevators right there will get the job done for you. So now we're gonna take the staircase here and walk you up to deck 19. This is again, the buffet that I personally am a big fan of. This is where I've tried to come when it has been open. It feels a little bit wider, as I'm going to show you, but more importantly, it has outdoor dining. The outdoor dining downstairs, which I'll show you it up here too, is closed right now, but you'll see that there's lots of seats down there and seats over here. So I can come up here, grab some sun, and be in a really good spot and get some ocean air. I am on a cruise ship to get that ocean air, not to sit inside. So this is always a good benefit for me. And this buffet is going to be closed, but it would give us a way to still look at it. But you'll see, same kind of setup, but it does feel wider. It feels brighter. I don't know if it's because it's one floor up or because I don't have food in the middle, but it does feel bigger. The outdoor section, so both on deck 18 and deck 19, you're going to have this indoor-outdoor section here. So it is part of the World Promenade. So you can sit outdoors there. They had it closed for lunch today on deck 18, which you can kind of see down there. But this is a spot where I've been able to find consistent seating. People don't go out there for some reason. So if you are finding it difficult to find a seat, check those out. Looking over here, you see you've got World Promenade where they are still cleaning, and you've got more glass that we're going to walk on and cut over to the other side. They do have a matching indoor-outdoor section, is what I'm calling it, over there that you can eat. You've got your touchless sensors, so they're cleaning them right now, but you don't have to touch these guys. See, it says touchless. It does work better though if you touch it, I'm just saying, but you don't have to. Coming back to this section, and hopefully I can get out from this way. I believe I can. We will continue walking to the main pool bar, Mar Azul. So this is where you're going to have your bar up here, more seating. Pizza is traditionally served on the right-hand side, and you've got sections here in the middle. Lots of people don't seem to sit in the middle here, so another great option if you're a bigger group where you can fit your entire party. All right, so let's walk back out here and explore. Oh, it's a push. Getting that wrong. So on this floor, you're going to have the junior club. So this is if you are a kid. You've got junior club 7 to 11, mini club 3 to 6. This is going to be where you're going to go, and I'm not going to go into those areas, but I will come down here to the video arcade. And it's got a Formula One racer in here as well. Check your benefits. You may get a free session on the Formula One racer. But this is for all the kiddos for the most part. If you're an adult and want to come in here, I am confident you will still have fun. These are all a paid experience. So be careful on how much money you spend in here. It may sneak up on you. All right, so I do want to continue the tour on deck 19, but one thing that you learn is there's not really a great way to go from deck 19, where I am now, back outside. And so I'm going to walk down a flight of stairs, and then we're going to come back up, and I will show you the remaining part of deck 19. Hey, everybody. All right, welcome to deck 19 now. And I did come all the way back to the forward section ship to show you the Botanical Garden once again. These are the only doors that seem to swing out for some reason. I've almost walked into them a lot, so just be careful of those. You're gonna have a full bar up here. This is also a place that you can come and get coffee. I think they open around 9, so if you're waking up a little bit later, this is a good spot where you can come and enjoy the coffee. Give you a better view of the Botanical Garden from up above as well. You can kind of plan out where you want to sit and where it's going to be a good spot for you. All the chairs down there are first come, first serve. I think the only place where you have to pay is going to be in the adults only section towards the back. You're going to have some games over here as well. So if you want to play foosball, you want to play ping pong, you've got some tables over here where you can do that. Get the lighting a little bit better. And these are complimentary. They do not take money, at least not that I have seen. Other ships, I believe that they do, but you see that it is readily available over there on the stand. Popping back out. Oh, looks like I'm gonna have to break the rules here because I can't get out. We're just gonna go over this real quick. Looks like it's for the section I was just in, so oopsie. So now you get to see the pool deck a little bit better. The DJ has started up, so apologies if the music is a little bit louder. But you'll see they've got random hot tub here. But these are places that I do like to go. The forward section of most MSC ships these days is going to be the yacht club, which I do not have access to, so I can't show that to you. So that's why I can't get up there to show you the remainder. There is a lot still back there to take in. So if you're staying in the yacht club, make sure you find a video that features the yacht club for you. Coming through here again, you'll see that actually you do have to pay for these. They've got the ropes on them. And the hallway is, once again, pretty tight. So if you're in a mobility device, and I've seen a lot of mobility devices on this cruise, you just want to make sure that you're going places you can get through. If somebody pulls those chairs out, it might make it really tight to get through if they're not well up against the wall like they just were. All right, so we are now walking all the way towards the aft section of the ship. This is going to be Harbor Place. This is the kids area, if you will. So you can see some of the kids' images over here on the left on the walls. That's the kids section we were just in. Oh, excuse me. And then coming up here is where you're going to see more of the kids areas and all sorts of activities. They're saying strong winds, but I think I can make it. I see some people up here. Whoop. Okay, I made it. So, looks like he's taking a little bit of a nap. You've got misters up here. Hopefully that doesn't get on it. But this is a really cool spot for kids to be able to come and enjoy. This is for your wee little ones. And it does get more advanced as you continue on. So coming back here to the heart of the harbor, you're going to have the slides, which I have seen a decent line for this most days. Right now in Ocean Key, there is not one, but it is a really good experience. They've got three different ones. No, it is four. Four different ones you can choose from. One of them is going to come with a raft. We're walking all the way around to the back. Make sure you're signing up and getting your wristband. This man can help you out. And that is the first thing you want to do when you come on the cruise. If you want to participate in any of these activities, you got to sign the waivers. If you get hurt, not their fault. So make sure you are signing those waivers, getting your wristband, and then you can participate in some of the activities here. Up above, you've got the rope course, which is several levels high, and it'll take you a little bit. There's not actually a start-stop if you want. You can just do it until you get tired. Or until you master it, whichever one may come first. You've got the cliffhanger over here. This is one of the newer features to World America and to the MSC cruise ships. It will swing you out over. So it is fully mechanical, so don't think you can come out here and act like you are a child on a swing set. It is a very different experience, but you'll see it'll carry you through the arm there, hang you off over the ship. And it will, sorry, somebody screamed and I got distracted on the ropes course. So it'll hold you over, it'll swing you back and forth very mechanically. It is not a free swing, and you'll take it from there. You get tickets for it at the kiosk right there. Coming back down here, if you want to go up to the ropes course, this is where you're going to do that. I am not going to do the rope course. I haven't had the chance to do it on here, but this is a neat little area where you can come relax. If you just want to sit but be in the sun, you can come back here. They also have the jaw drop. So you are going to see where this connects down to the World Promenade on deck 8, but you take your mats, you sit, and you go around the slide all the way downstairs. So you can see the areas we have already covered. Here is the adult section once again to give you what that kind of looks like. But the jaw drop here is going to take you from, what are we now, deck 20, all the way down or back down to deck 8. So it is not, I've not done it on Royal Caribbean either. They have something similar to this, the Great Abyss. You've got it here called the jaw drop. I'm just not interested in doing this, but I will point out you've got 2 elevators up here again. So this ship has more elevators than I think I've ever seen on a ship before, and it shows, you can tell it. This one, however, and there is a matching one on the other side, only go from here on deck 20 down to deck 8, the World Promenade. That is the only places that this is going to go. All right, gonna turn the camera back on because as you can see, you got some people swinging there, enjoying, living their best life. That is what the situation looks like on the cliffhanger. As you can see, there's not a line right now. So depending on when you want to go, this is when you would do it, but it is very mechanical in how it swings you literally over the side of the ship. They are looking straight down to the ground and the water, and beautiful MSC Ocean Key, which is my absolute favorite. Coming back through here, you've got ice cream. You've got my competition over there also taking pictures. This is another one of the bites. You can go over here for bar bites. They're gonna have empanadas. You're gonna have the espresso machines. You're gonna have different things that you can order from here. This ship, like I say, has no shortage of being able to get food. It is something that I really appreciate here is it's super accessible, it's super easy, and there's a good variety to it. It's not not just pizza. Continuing on, you see that they've got some signage over here on the right. So if you do come out on deck 20, this is going to kind of tell you what direction you want to go. Though there's only one direction to go. You've actually got a crew open deck up above here, so that is off limits to us. Please do not go over there. Give them their space. You know, we're a handful, you guys. Like, give them time to relax and recover. Coming into deck 20, again, we're in the aft section of the ship here. You're going to see that there's a few different things, and so I'm going to cut back this way first, and then we're going to head into the gym. But this is the sports complex here. So see the sign. And this is where you're going to have more activities and more bars. So if you want to come up here to hang out, there's normally always good seats up here, good for groups, and you're going to have different things that you can do out here. This is a multi-purpose kind of space. So you're going to have bumper cars, which you see down there, which I think are $7 each. So if you want to take a turn on that, you can do it. They had pickleball out here. You see you can do basketball. This can be a lot of different things. And you've got a Lego family zone. So I'm not going to walk all the way up there to the family zone. But do know that if you want to come and play with Legos, they got you. They got a spot where you can do that. They will have a bar here as well. And as you notice, most of their bars have a coffee machine. It's an Italian company. Actually, I say that it's based in Geneva, so but it has Italian roots somehow or another. I don't necessarily understand the history, but you'll see a coffee maker or coffee espresso machine in just about every bar that's here, even though they don't actively use them. So the gym here is, on MSC, is one of my favorites. It is by Techno Gym, and so everything here is super new, super clean. The weights go up to about 75 pounds. You will see that they are in kilograms. So the weights, this is a 9-pounder BC, or 6-pounder. But you see that they put a little sign there for us people who use empirical to know that that is 13.23 pounds. You'll see there's different things. They've got bikes, they've got classes, Smith machine, all sorts of machines and cardio that you can do. They've even got the only set of like free weights on here. So if you want to do squats, you want to do something with a barbell, they're going to be able to assist you with that. And some more machines over here. They also do personal training. So if you want to come get in shape, maybe this is a great place to start your health journey, so that you know, like you can kind of do it in a comfort zone where you don't know anybody. That's one of the great things about cruises is you get off and you don't know anybody anymore. So that concludes my tour of the MSC World America, and she is a beautiful ship. I am so glad that I got to share this all with you. I had some reservations on how they were going to make this ship an MSC style ship, and they have done a really impressive job with it. It is sophisticated, it's contemporary, it's got spaces for kids, it's got spaces for adults, it's got it all. So if you're looking at going on a cruise, make sure that you're considering MSC. I think that they are a viable competitor these days in the Americas market. In years past, they've gotten some bad feedback. I'll give them that. But they've done a really good job at correcting a lot of that, and I think becoming a really strong player. So something you should consider. All right, everybody, this is Brandon, the Weekend Cruiser. Hoping to see you on a weekend cruise soon.